So today we are going to cover the fundamentals like what is Power BI, its component and workflow, and then explore the interface, including the important panes like filter pane, visualization pane, selection pane, and bookmarks. So let's start with that. So first question, what is Power BI? Power BI is nothing, just Microsoft's business intelligence and data visualization tool. So it allows us to connect to different data sources where we can clean and transform the data and build data models and create interactive dashboards and reports. So think of Power BI as a tool that helps convert raw data into meaningful insights through visuals. So Power BI is having three main forms. Okay. The one is Power BI Desktop, which you can see I have opened the Power BI Desktop, which is a free version which we can install in our PC, and it is mainly used for building reports. The other platform is the Power BI service, which is the online platform. We can just go to the app.powerbi.com where we can publish the reports, where we can share and collaborate on reports. And again, the third form is the Power BI mobile app, which is available on iOS and Android. So there we can view and interact with our dashboards on the go. Okay. So let's start with the components. So in our Power BI components, this is the home, this is the report view. So here you can see we have three views. One is the report view, other one is the table view, which is we call data view as well. Third one is the model view. So whatever the data we are loading, that will come in this data view. So let's start with the loading a sample data. So if I click on the sample data loading, I'll load the sample data. So here you can see the data, this financial table. I can just click on the load. And as you can see in the data pane, here our financial table is loaded. So we can just move to the table view and there we can see our data for this particular table. Again, here we have some more options to load data. So we have several data sources. Here you can see we have the text files and the delimiter files and the JSON files and the XML files as the data sources. Then we have databases like SQL Server, Oracle, IBM DB2, the PostgreSQL. Then we have SAP as a data source. Then we have Google BigQuery, Snowflake, ESBase, again warehouses, lakehouses, and data marts in other Power BI service. So we can connect to so many data sources in Power BI and we can import data from those sources. Again, here we have the other form which is called the transform data in our data pane in our report view. So by clicking on the transform data, Power Query editor is opening in our interface. So here what we can do, we can just transform the data for the basic level. Here we can change the data types to multiple data type. Here we can remove the columns. Here we can remove the rows and so many other transformations we can do in the Power Query editor. And just we have to click on the close and apply and all the changes will be applied automatically. Now the third view which we have is the model view. So in the model view, we can create relationship between the tables and that relationship, after building those relationships, we can create the DAX measures and we can use the measures in our dashboard or report. Here, now let me show you the different kind of panes in our Power BI desktop. So this one, you can see this is called the filter pane. So the filter pane here, we can easily implement any kind of filter on our particular report. Let me just drag a report. Let me just create a report. So what I will be creating, I total sales by country. Yeah, so filter pane. We have our filter pane. So let me just create a report. So let's say this is a clustered column chart. for all the countries we have. If I have to apply a filter for a particular product, so I'll drag that field here and I'll just select for that particular product and I can see the sales by countries. So for that particular product, which is Caratera, we can see the sales is 34, 3.4 millions. Okay. Again, if I select some other product, which is called Montana. So Montana, again, we have the 3.5 million in Germany, 3.5 million in France, 2.7 million in Canada, and so on. So like that, we can apply the filters in our filter pane. Again, here we have the visualization pane where we can select some different kind of visualization to add in our dashboard. So we have the bar chart, the stacked bar chart, the stacked column chart. Again, we have the clustered bar chart, the clustered column chart. We will be defining these visuals in our upcoming sessions. So as of now, we can just use the different visuals here and we can drag it here in our report view and we can build the dashboard. Again, here in our visualization, we have the format visual option. So we can format the visual as per our requirements. So we can just change the font size. We can just change the fonts. We can change the colors of the fonts for the axis. We can add the title. We can change the title. Currently, the title is coming automatically. We can change the title type. We can change the font and so on. So we have so many uh, uh, formatting things also present in our visualization pane. Again, the third one is our data pane, where we have the information of the table and the columns. So we can just drag and drop the columns in our visuals and we can use it for our visualizations. Again, so this is the things which we can do in Power BI desktop. And from here, if we click on the publish button, so this will publish this dashboard to the Power BI service where we can share that Power BI dashboard to our colleagues, to our teams to review the dashboards. Now, this workflow ensures that we move the raw data, we go to the transform, then we go to the data model, then we go to the interactive reports, and then we can share the insights. So as I mentioned, we have different views, which is data view, the model view, the report view. Again, we have the filter pane, we have the visualization pane, we have the data pane, which is by default it is open. And we have some other panes as well, which is the bookmark pane and the selection pane. So we can create different kind of view bookmarks. Also, we can select some visuals to show or we can hide some visuals. As of now, if we see, this is the only visual we have. But if we create multiple visuals, so we just keep them hide or show as per our requirement. And we can create bookmark for that particular view. So let me quickly demonstrate one another visual and just it's so easy. So let's say if I drag a date, I just want to change this date to continuous date, not in the date hierarchy. Now let me just add sales. I'll add the total sales here. Now what I want a trend. So as you can see, I can see the trend day wise, date wise. Just what I can do, I can just create a dashboard with these two visuals. And yeah, we can apply some transformations as well. So let me just add the border here. So similarly, we can create multiple visuals in our Power BI.